Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. I am the Moms, and I'm happy to be making this video. It's gonna be my first video. I'm going to be doing an analysis of UFC 329 upcoming card this Saturday, where Conor McGregor makes his waiting turn. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but hey, it's Conor McGregor. You can't be mad at that, right? Should be a banger card filled with contenders, prospects, pretenders, champions, championship level fights. It's going to be a good time. Should be a good card all the way up and down for every fight. This is the first pay-per-view that is that follows from the White House card. I think we've had a couple fight nights since then, but yeah, this is the first pay-per-view since the White House card, and I had the privilege to be at UFC 250 Freedom Fights at the Ellipse, and I mean, what an amazing time. A lot of events, a lot of good people, very good time. It's crazy things happen. Ilia Topuria lost. Who would have thought that? Ilia Topuria losing a fight. Man, and by doctor stoppage, I mean, Gaethje went out there and rocked. I mean, I honestly so shocked that they didn't happen. Alex Pereira lost, which I kind of expected. Kind of, sort of. Moving up to heavyweight's tough. 3 weight classes, pretty tough. And he's making an appeal. What is the status of that appeal? Is her, what's going on with that? Someone let me know in the comment section. But free Herb Dean. But yeah, so yeah, very good, entertaining card. My boy Josh Hokett went out there and performed. I know there's a lot of Josh Hokett haters out there, and hey, what can you say? People hate greatness sometimes. I mean, the man is just a legend. Look, actually, I'm gonna rant on that real quick before I get into these 329 analysis. You know, a year ago, we had John Jones and Tom Aspinall being built up. I mean, it was even a discussion of, is Aspinall going to be the next big one or whatever, some stupid shit like that. He went out there, fought Gane. It's like, all right, he's gonna get through Gane. He's gonna get John Jones. It's gonna be epic. The heavyweight division is gonna be back. And man gets poked in the eye and never hear from him. John Jones is retiring. There's some contract issues, negotiations. People are saying heavyweight division is dead. Josh Hokett comes in, and yeah, you may not like his stuff. You don't like his stuff, that's whatever. That's whatever. I mean, I'm not here to tell you what you should believe in, what you should like, blah, blah, blah. But then Josh Hokett comes in, does his stuff, blah, 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 goes out there and wins in fashion. Beat Curtis Blades in probably one of the best heavyweight fights all time. Yeah, I'm saying it. Beats Derek Lewis on the White House card. People hate him. And they hate him because of shtick, but like, last year, people were saying that the heavyweight division was bland. And people now, it's, oh, Josh Hokett's corny. It's corny. Blah, blah, blah. And then there's this bitch. And wham, fucking wham. People aren't satisfied. I mean, Josh Hokett is a legend, giving you championship quality fights. Going to press conferences, calling out Alex Pereira. Man is entertaining. Like I said, you ain't gotta like or believe what he believes or whatever. I don't know. I'm not here to discuss politics, but I will say, man is entertaining. And then he had the whole, thing he said about Michelle Obama. And people got online, started bitching and crying, because that's what people do online. They get there, they talk about their feelings, and they cry and they bitch and cry and fucking cry and cry and cry and cry. And I was like, what happened to telling a joke around here? I mean, man went out there, and he's been telling this joke way before White House card, but of course, people's like, oh, it's on the White House card, and blah, blah, blah. Just shut the hell up. Man's just doing his thing. He's entertaining, and, he's having this Conor McGregor rise, ironic enough. But I'm going to leave that rant out there and get to what you guys really wanted probably hear. And that's my analysis of UFC 329. So let's get on right to the first fight. So this is a flyweight bout. These two men been going at it. 2 prospects going at it. I don't know if we consider Cody Durden a prospect. Cody Durden is fresh off of a new contract after his latest win against Jaleel Filho. I don't know if I'm saying that right. This is a guy who has pretty good hands, decent wrestling, stands a little bit taller than Costa. doesn't really protect himself all too well, and sometimes becomes a punching bag out there. And then he just eventually gets rocked. So, Costa been stringing together a nice little resume. Another guy with decent hands, good kickboxing, has that jiu-jitsu background, but likes to keep the fight standing. It's gonna be interesting to see the pace of this fight. I imagine that Durden is gonna start winning this fight, and then eventually he'll just end up getting rocked, and it'll be just GG's from there, because that's usually how it goes with him. I'm very interested to see how this goes. Durden could use his wrestling, being that he's a little bit bigger than him. Looks more solid than him, so he may be able to have more clinch and ground control. But yeah, I'm not sure how that I can see him pulling out this win against Costa. My gut says Costa, and I'm gonna go Costa by KO. I think both guys will keep this standing, and if Costa is able to mix in some leg kicks here and there, that should create an opening to light up Durden. So I'm gonna go with Costa by KO. And I will give this confidence rating 2.5 stars out of 5. I'm not really too confident in Costa. I could see Durden turning things around, turn his career around, but yeah. Moving on to the next fight, we got Ryan Gandra versus Zachary Reese. This is a middleweight bout. This is a middleweight bout where we have two prospects, and I say prospects because one of them really is only one of them is really a prospect. Let's put it like that. Going Ryan Gandra. Ryan Gandra has some serious, and I mean serious, KO power. He's an up-and-coming prospect in this division. Currently undefeated in his run he's currently undefeated in his run with UFC, with his debut in a round 1 KO. And honestly, I expect more of the same in this fight. I honestly just view Zachary Reese as just like one of the biggest bums in this company or that division. He's pretty much on the level of Sadiq Dumas. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but if you know who Sadiq Dumas is, you pretty much know that he's probably the worst fighter to ever step foot in UFC, and I don't see Zachary Reese too far from that. So yeah, he's just, I don't know. I would be lying to say that I could find something good about him, but I would have to go through some heavy UFC archives to say what he's actually good at. So nonetheless, yeah, I mean, how Michael Pereira wins a decision with this guy, I have no clue. But this guy just gets tagging. I mean, he can't let Ryan Gandra do that to him. Ryan Gandra's going to knock his head off. So, gut reaction, going with Gandra, and my pick is going to be Gandra, KO, 4.5 out of 5 confidence rate. I mean, Zachary Reese is a bum. I'm just going to keep it a buck. Not going to say too much more after that. We move on. This next fight is a bantamweight bout. It would be Farid Basharat versus John Garza. This fight was supposed to be originally Basharat versus Ethan Ewing, but it looks like Ewing suffered an injury this past Monday, I think. Not too sure what happened there or what the status of his injury is. Very unfortunate, so hope he recovers well and fully, because he was looking like a legit prospect in that division. Can't say I've ever seen Garza fight once. Looks like this will be his UFC debut. I looked up one fight, and some crappy bum took him down with ease, and so Basharat just should have to just show up present, and I think he should be fine. I dread the day that some kid just walks in and he's like the backup and never been in the UFC and is a massive underdog, and he just comes out and KOs the guy. I just know one of these days it's gonna bite me so hard. But yeah, hopefully this kid doesn't do that. I think, like I said, Basharat should just have to show up. Gut pick, Basharat. My pick, Basharat KO. We're going to keep it moving. Our next fight is a fight between Damian Pinas versus Cesar Almeida. I don't know how the fuck you say it. I really haven't seen much of Pinas before, but it looks like he has some serious power. All his fights in UFC so far have been round 1 KOs. So, right off the bat, he almost has a 4.5 reach advantage against Almeida. And he's 14 years younger than him. The one thing I worry about from Pinas is am I saying his name right? Pinas? That just don't sound right. Anyways, one thing I worry about from Penis is that if he fights someone who is able to wrestle him, that could test his play into testing his endurance because he's finishing these fights pretty quickly. So seeing him getting dragged in deep waters, I'm interested to see how that plays out. Funny enough, that's the same exact problem with Almeida. Last guy he fought manhandled him on the ground. So looking for these two, this fight should be standing. I am worried about Penis with defending the leg kicks, but do think it will be a clean KO for him. Almeida likes to throw and doesn't seem like he does a very good job of protecting himself. Penis also mentioned in an interview he's coming for Silva's KO record. I think Kid should hold his horses there, but I think after this fight he'll be one KO closer for sure. My gut says Penis, and my gut, I can't be saying that right. But my pick will be Damian Penis by round 1 knockout. Next on the card, we got Tracy Cortez versus Wang Kong. Mommy Cortez versus Wang Kong. I mean, do I just pick Tracy Cortez because I think she's hot? I mean, what's the verdict here? I don't know. I feel like with these women's fights, I never can get them right, and it's usually a women's dog that's winning. I don't know, but yes, it'll be Tracy Cortez versus Wang the Joker Kong. Fight should be just a typical women's fight for you. You ever see a women's fight? Just think automatic decision. I mean, I doubt there's gonna be any knockout here. I'm just being honest here. This is a must-win fight for Cortez, though. She looked like she was on a path to being a true title contender, but unfortunately lost against Doug Rose and then was submitted in her last fight against Blanchfield. It'll be a good win for the Joker, Wang Kong. Very decent kickboxer, good striking. Cortez's path to victory seems to be her grappling. Kong is very explosive, so if she stands there and takes those punches, it's going to be no bueno for her. I think Cortez will be able to slow her down if she's able to get her to the ground and control her. I think this is such a hard fight to pick because Cortez could absolutely go out there and make herself a punching bag if she's just not all mentally there. And I mean, like, what if the crowd's out there just chanting Shama? I mean, like, what are odds of that? So I don't know. My gut's saying Cortez, but like with these women fights, dude, it's always the women underdogs winning, I feel like. So my pick will be Wang Kong by decision. I don't know. Moving on to the next fight, we got Luke Riley versus Kai Kamaka the third. Yeah, so Luke Riley, the Englishman, is back and looks to be a serious prospect in the featherweight division. Luke Riley has a Muay Thai background and has some serious hands and dangerous kicks. Very precise, very quick jabs, which I'm a very fan of using your jab. Create that distance, use your jab, throw your opponent off balance. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Kai Kamaka looks very fast with his hands, but I think right now the only threat to Riley would be a dominant wrestler and grappler, which Kai Kamaka doesn't seem to be. This fight will be standing, and Riley is going to pick his punches well, jab, and I think round 2 or 3, he will deliver the KO to Kai. So I'm going, my pick will be, my gut reaction says Riley. Pick will be Riley KO via round 3. The next fight is going to be Cody No Love versus Adrian Yanez in a bantamweight bout. Yeah, I really just don't know how to feel about this fight. I haven't really no analysis here. Yanez just likes to throw, and it's all fun and games for him until he gets caught out there. Could Cody No Love do it? Maybe, possibly, probably not. I don't know. He's going to need to channel that performance he had against Cruz for like that 25-minute performance that everybody talks about with him, where he looked like unstoppable. Yeah, he's going to need to channel some of that because I just don't see this going too well for him. Adrian will probably lead the pressure. He'll throw. And it would take like Cody landing a nice counter, turn the fight around. And with Giannis, it's very possible, but yeah, I just don't know. I don't see it. I think my gut reaction is saying Giannis, and I'm going to go with Giannis by KO, but that confidence rating is a 2 out of 5. Next fight we got is Gable Stevenson versus Elijah Ellison. I'm not even going to waste my time with this. We already know what's going to happen with this. Gable's going to go out there, knock him out, win, whatever. This is just UFC just giving a nice little layup for Gable Stevenson. He's Dana's next star, and he's just going to give him his first victories. It's pretty much as simple as that. I don't know what's up with this guy. Apparently, a lot of people just like him. I mean, I've heard about this guy for many years now, collegiate wrestling. Then he had some run with the WWE that just didn't go too well. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know what all that was. But now he's in MMA, and he's another guy adding to the heavyweight division. The heavyweight division is on the rise if Gable Stevenson can be legit. Seen some of his amateur fights, or maybe they were pro fights. I think they were pro fights, but he was knocking guys out. So, I mean, for the most part, he looks legit. So, I don't know. But like I said, not going to waste your time with that. Gut reaction, get Stevenson, KO. Pick Stevenson, KO. Comments rating 5 out of 5. All right. Next fight we got Nikita Krylov versus Robert Whittaker, former champion. Whittaker is set to make his light heavyweight debut, and this is going to be two veterans of the game going at it. I think both guys will have their moments in this fight. Krylov tends to leave his chin open, and when he engages like that, he leaves that chin wide open, and that is something you do not want to do against Robert Whittaker. He's got nice counters, good fighting base. I'm expecting Krylov to leave the pressure here most in this fight. I think it'd be smart to clinch Whittaker and work from there. But like I said, if he starts throwing with Whittaker, it could be a dangerous counter that he can throw, and might not be good for him. It's a fight that can go either way though, and Krylov has a decent reach advantage over Whittaker. My gut is saying Krylov, but I'm going to pick Whittaker here with the knockout second round. I just don't think Krylov can engage with him and leave his chin wide open against Whittaker. He's dangerous on his counterattacks, so I'm going to go with Whittaker here on a KO. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally into the main card. And we are getting closer and closer to the Conor McGregor fight. First fight on the main card, Bobby Green versus Terrence McKinney. Yes, I said Bobby Green. I'm not calling him King Green because I don't know what the hell he is a king of. Especially too because he is one of other UFC's biggest bums. Yeah, I mean, he's had a nice little couple wins, but he's a good one point in his career. But I mean, the man's not a serious fighter right now. Not a serious threat, contender, whatever. Yeah, and like I said, his last wins are flukes. McKinney's been on this run of just fights ending in round one, whether he's getting knocked out, doing the knockouts, submitting guys. And I do not think that will change much in this fight. I feel pretty good about Terrence McKinney here in the spot. I think he'll go out there and he will land a knockout round one against Bobby Green. Yes, Bobby Green. I think it's just gonna be easy as that. I'm gonna think he's gonna put on another show once again. That's gonna be it. You know what they should have done? Should have made a wager with this fight. Let's should have increased the stakes a little bit. If I beat you, Bobby, you gotta change your ridiculous ass name back to Bobby Green, because that shit is just the most. I'm not even gonna say what I want to say. But yeah, Terrence McKinney round one knockout. Next fight, we got Brandon Royval versus Lenore Kavanagh. Yeah, so this is gonna be a flyweight bout. We got a true contender versus a rising prospect in Kavanagh. Kavanagh is coming off a promising win against Brandon Moreno. This guy has striking is precise. What I noticed better from him from his last fight is that he kept his hands up more against Moreno. And I think that when he suffered that knockout last time against Johnson, his hands were just way too low, and it just left him into a bad place. Royval is also someone who tends to leave himself wide open in exchanges. I noticed that in a lot in this fight and against Joshua Van. And of course, with Kape, he didn't even last one round. Kape absolutely dogged him. I'm not sure if Royval can sustain a lot of punches and last. And this man's been taking a lot of punches over in his career. Kavanagh can wrestle decently, but I think for the most part, this fight will stand. And I could see him land a takedown that might help him towards the end of a round. Help him win a round. I think this will be a good back and forth fight. What will help Royval is if he can lead the pressure, but again, he can't just leave himself wide open with these exchanges against Kavanagh. My gut is saying Kavanagh, and I'm gonna go. My pick is gonna be Kavanagh with the early 3rd round knockout. So yeah. Next fight, we got Cody Sandhagen versus Mario Batista. For some reason, I am just like a Sandhagen fan. I really like the spot for him. I don't know why I'm such a big fan of Sandhagen, but I really like him in this spot. Batista's a very good fighter, and the thing about him is that his endurance is top tier. Question will be, how will Batista do with Sandhagen when Sandhagen is going for these takedowns? I picture this fight kind of going that way. I think Batista will try to keep this fight standing, but if I'm Sandhagen's corner team and I'm Sandhagen, I'm bringing this fight to the ground because I think he has an extreme weakness on the ground. Yeah, I mean, because Viniscus tried that last time in this fight, and I think he got him down. But of course, Viniscus is just another one of UFC's biggest bums. So yeah, that fight and him getting submitted. But I think Sandhagen has way more of a wrestling background, whatever, and will be able to successfully take down Batista and grind out a nice decision victory win. So I'm going to go with Sandhagen by decision. Next fight, we got BSD versus Paddy the Baddy. I like this is a nice rebound spot for Paddy. His last fight, he got beat by Justin Gaethje. I think he'll finish this fight in style. I'm not the biggest fan of Paddy, just because of the lack of quality wins. Yeah, I'm just not really too big of a fan of him, but I do think that this plays into his style a lot. BSD likes to go for the takedowns, and if he goes for the takedowns, Paddy has that jiu-jitsu background. I'm pretty sure he's really, really good at submission attempts. So he goes for the takedowns. I think Paddy will end up getting him in one of those chokes and will make him tap out. So my gut is saying Paddy the Baddy, and my pick will be Paddy sub. And ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, we have Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway. You know, I don't know how I feel about this fight. I mean, Conor McGregor, you know, he's a legend of the game, and why I watch UFC so much is because of Conor McGregor. So I respect him. He's a legend in this game. But does anybody give a fuck about this fight? Really? Like anybody? Like, this man hasn't fought in 5 years. Max is moving up lightweight. I mean, I don't know how I feel about this fight. My guess is Max is going to go out there and knock him out. But I mean, I'm going to pick Conor because it's Conor McGregor. So I don't know. I will say that I think the most surprising thing will be that Conor lands a takedown in this fight. So I think that might end up having, because like, I don't know. I usually don't see Conor going for takedowns, but I think this time Conor's going to go for a takedown. So I'm going to pick Conor just because, I mean, yeah, like I say, he's a legend of this game. Ladies and gentlemen, that will wrap up the analysis. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Any suggestions for me, anything you'd like to see from me, or what you think about my picks, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But yeah, I'm going to be trying to do this for most cards and reviews and stuff like that. So if there's anything you want to see, let me know. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. Leave a comment. Let me know how you feel. Yeah, so I appreciate you guys watching this video. You guys enjoy your Saturday night and witness the great return of Conor McGregor.